tough act to follow there. Coach Collins is great. Quickly, obviously didn't get the win today from the blue team, but that's not at all encompassing of our spring, as a program. I mean, it was so fun, and then really started today. You saw it today at the start of our day as a program with the breakfast with the players' families and getting to meet those guys. There's a lot of new coaches on staff, like myself. I think Coach Doozy said, today, 6 guys that are new on our staff. So, and our wives got to be around for the first time. So that opportunity for them to get to meet our players' families. Because like I said to the whole group today, our players are what make it such a privilege to come work at the University of Pittsburgh every single day. Those guys come in, they pour their heart out every single day. They're coachable. They love each other. And again, it's a testament to Coach Narduzzi and the program that he's established here. And that's what makes it so dang exciting as a coach moving forward. This is just a stepping stone for this 2024 football team. But I can't be more excited for where we're at right now as a program.
I'm sure when you took the job, you watched film and saw the whole team. So now that you went through a whole spring session, spring game, what did you learn about this group that you're working with now?
Yeah, I mean, one thing about Coach Narduzzi's football teams, they're going to play hard. That's something that pops out the film all the time when you play them. I've obviously prepared against Coach Narduzzi and Pitt at some prior stops that I was at. And so to see it inside the building and inside the walls, that's what they are, right? That's what our program's all about. It's about caring for each other. It's about playing hard, that effort, that attitude, the toughness, the accountability piece of everything. And our guys live that out every single day and how they prepare. So that's what I've learned about our guys is everything that you see from the outside. But now you kind of see exactly how they get to that and how we are getting to that, and that makes it special.
What did you like about the way Nate played today?
Yeah, I thought Nate, again, just making decisions. It's always hard as a quarterback when you're in there with a lot of different pieces, because of the draft, whether it's O-line, whether it's different receivers that you maybe haven't been with the ones as much. So that's difficult for a quarterback. But I thought Nate went out there, and one thing about Nate, he's a positive dude. He goes about his business every single day. He cares about his teammates. I think he won the award at the Pitt Panthers award ceremony on Sunday night for best teammate. So that says everything you need to know about him, that his peers vote him for that, and that's who he was today. Obviously he's got a huge jump to make here this summer, which he will because he's a leader and he cares, and he's going to push everybody around him.
What does he have to do to make that jump?
I think just being more and more familiar with the offense. That's one thing about the spring. We throw a lot at those guys across the board on the offensive side of the ball. So now you go into the summertime and you kind of just restart it over. So you had February where everything was getting thrown at you. We restarted it over in terms of installs in spring ball, and now we're going to do the same thing going into the summertime. So it's just constant. I mean, it's a constant battle. You're never a finished product as a football player. You're never a finished product as a coach, and that's what these guys are doing right now.
It seemed like Rasheem Biles was everywhere on defense. What did he do well in this game, and how has he worked? You guys throughout the spring?
Yeah, Heem is everywhere every single day, and it's awesome to the fans, and you guys get to see it today. And that's what's so awesome about the spring game. It's 14 practices that guys have to strain, and then they're going through a lot, handling, new coaches, new schemes, taking care of their bodies. And so to finally get out here and just go put it on display, and put on a show, that makes it special. That's why you do it. And so for him, that's what he's been every single day. And he was flying around today, had a couple TFLs, and I know for a fact he had at least 2, I believe. You're the stats wizard, so. But he definitely had 2 there, and that's who he is. And I know we're really excited on the defense side of the ball about him, and I'm excited about him on ST. He's going to be a menace for us in a lot of different phases.
What are your thoughts on Sam and Ben being able to take it through that?
Yeah, it's unbelievable, right? I mean, it's hard as a specialist, and I think there's no secret that this stadium's a tough stadium to kick in. But, man, I mean, awesome for Sammy Carpenter, first off, going out there. He was the first one in a long one, and shout out to Danny Orrock over there, the special teams coordinator for the gold team, saying that Sammy's going to make it. And he went out there in great contact. That's what we preach to those guys. It's all about contact in those conditions because they're really talented. And then, obviously, Ben coming out there, and that's what Ben's been all spring, been super ultra efficient and been a great leader for our room, and the ball's exploding off of his foot right now. So I can't be more excited for him moving in the next phase.
I know he was on the other team, but what do you think of Gavin Bartholomew since he's one of your guys?
Oh, man. Yeah, Gavin looked good today. And it's fun for me as a coach because, again, I just want guys to go out there and have fun on game day and play hard. Because you work hard all week. Your process sets you up for the opportunity and gives you the right to go out there and have success on game day. And that's what Gavin got to do today. And it makes me unbelievably happy as a coach to see those guys go out there, and when they get the ball in their hands, they have opportunity. He did some good stuff in the run game. I can't wait to go back to the facility right after this and go watch the tape and see him flying around because I thought he played really well today.
Gavin was catching the ball downfield today, not just yards after catch. He was making yards, catching the ball downfield. See the kind of guy's going to be able to get open in those seams.
Yes, sir.
15 yards downfield.
Yes, sir, and that's what's been really neat for Gavin these last 2 weeks of spring ball, really. And again, you saw it today, but we've seen it the last 2 weeks. He's been a threat down the field. His route running is getting more and more better every single day. And that's something for him. I think somebody asked earlier about Gavin. For Gavin moving forward, like that's the next phase for him, is to continue to improve as a route runner within our offense. Because there is so much freedom within our offense to sit routes down and change your routes based on the coverage and leverage of defenses. And so Gavin just getting that next level for him, like you see the Travis Kelce's of the world do. And that's what I'm so excited about for him this summer moving forward, is that's what he's going to be doing and studying. And I can't wait to see it for our program.
Offensively, from either the blue or the gold side, do you guys feel like you showed what you felt like you wanted to show today?
Absolutely. I think we showed that, one, we took care of the ball fairly well, and that's been a major emphasis from Coach Narduzzi. I think he showed a stat in a team meeting the other day, over his 10 years here, it's like an 87% win percentage when we win the turnover battle as a football team. So that's been a huge emphasis for us as a program. And I thought today offensively we did a good job of that. Obviously, Javon McIntyre had the one interception that led to our field goal there right before half. We got a 4th and short that we did a great job recreating the line of scrimmage there, and then we banged through the field goal. But I thought, as offense, that's number one always, is taking care of the football, which we did. And I just thought our running backs too, running hard behind their pads, finishing runs. Dez, Derek Davis on my side, did a good job in a couple carries that he had. So a good day across the board.
Care to walk us through the trash can story?
You know what? I would love to. I would love to clear the air on that one. So it was. So I was getting the blue team hyped up on a Thursday, I guess it was, and that's the thing. Like, you guys probably know about me if you've been around. Like, I love being in that building every single day. I love coming to work, and the passion just pours out. And you know what? I was just getting fired up. I gave him a little quote about Sun Tzu, which more than 3/4 of our guys didn't know who that was, which is crazy. Yeah, so, you can come talk to me at any point. But anyway, so I gave him that quote and was talking to them, just getting them fired up. And I looked over, much like this, but that trash can's way more sturdy. And I looked over at it, and I kind of just walked over, and I picked it up, and I just started smashing it against my head, repeatedly. And I might have punted it, but the guys went nuts, And again, like, to me, it shows those guys, and I had a lot of them come up after, you can have a heck of a lot of fun when you work. I don't care what it is. Like, right now, it's as a football coach, these guys are going to go be really successful human beings one day, and you can whistle when you work no matter what, And if that means banging a trash can on your head, which my wife probably doesn't approve of, but if that's what that means to get those guys excited, then so be it, And so that's what happened with that. So I owe Chris Lasala an apology and probably a new trash can for our program.
Are you okay?
I'm great. My head's, I'm good. Hard-headed.
Anything final?
How's a guy like Lamar Seymour been growing so far this spring?
Yeah, he's made a big jump these last 2 weeks as well. And he's somebody that, he's a quieter guy. But, the best thing that Lamar offers, and obviously he had one today. He had a long catch for a touchdown today on a contested ball. And that's what Lamar's biggest strength is he's a great route runner. He's finished his catches, though. Like, he is not afraid across the middle. He's got good ball skills. He's got good body control going up and making those contested catches. So I think for him the next step's probably going to be, just learning the offense that much more and getting that much more familiarity with Nate Yarnell and Eli and those guys. But he's obviously making some good strides and should have a big summer.
Any other younger players that are catching your eye today?
I think a couple of the guys, some of the receivers, Zion Fowler's another guy that's coming along, and he's got unbelievable athleticism, can blow the top off. Cam Montero, he's done some good things. I mean, he's physical. He's a really, really coachable guy. Wants to get in there in the run game, and then defensively, obviously, we all know Cruz. Golly, he's a special player, and he's fun to watch every single day. He's going to do some great things on special teams. I apologize, I'm looking down, just looking at some other guys. Maynard's another guy, Nigel Maynard. He's been somebody that's really shown up. Braylon Lovelace as well at the linebacker position. So we've already talked about a couple of those guys. But those are all guys, and that's obviously the beauty of spring. We've had some injuries like coaches talked about, but the fact that those young guys have been able to come in and get that many reps, we've gotten so much more reps this spring. So, that makes it special for those guys because those are the guys that you're going to be relying on later in the season and especially on special teams.